Let's get our bodies ready to learn with our listening song. Are you ready? Point to your eyes. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen at group time. At group time. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen at group time. At group time. Great job! Let's review our big vocabulary word we learned this week. Hibernate. What does it mean to hibernate? It means to sleep. You're right. There are some animals who sleep all winter long. That's called hibernation. Now, where do these animals sleep? Some of them sleep in dens. Some animals sleep in trees. And some animals sleep in a hole underground called a burrow. Who are these animals that hibernate? Do you remember? A bear, yes! That's one of our animals. A snake, bats, raccoons, and chipmunks. There are many more animals that also hibernate, but this week we just focused on those few animals. You have such a great memory. Today, we're going to read a story about hibernation. The title of our story is Bear Snores On. The author is Karma Wilson. She wrote the words. The illustrator is Jane Chapman. She drew the pictures. Let's read. In a cave in the woods, in his deep, dark lair, through the long, cold winter, sleeps a great brown bear. Cuddled in a heap, with his eyes shut tight, he sleeps through the day, he sleeps through the night. The cold wind howls, and the night sounds growl, but the bear snores on. An itty-bitty mouse, pitter-pat, tiptoe, creep crawls in the cave from the fluff cold snow. Mouse speaks. Too damp, too dank, too dark. So he lights wee twigs with a small hot spark. The coals pip-pop and the wind doesn't stop, but the bear snores on. Two glowing eyes sneak peek in the den. Mouse cries, "Who's there?" And a hare hops in. "Ho, Mouse," says Hare. "Long time no see." So they pop white corn and they brew black tea. Mouse sips wee slurps. Hare burps big burps. But the bear snores on. A badger scuttles by, sniff snuffs at the air. I smell yummy yums. Perhaps we can share. I've bought honey nuts, Badger says with a grin. Let's divvy them up, cozy down, and dig in. And they nibble and they munch with a chew, chomp, crunch. But the bear snores on. A gopher and a mole tunnel up through the floor. Then a wren and a raven flutter through the door. Mole mutters, "What a night! What a storm!" Twitters Wren, and everybody clutters in the great bear's den. They tweet and they twitter, they chat and they chitter, but the bear snores on. In a cave in the woods, a slumbering bear sleeps through the party in his very own lair. Hare strokes the fire, mouse seasons stew. Then a small pepper fleck makes the bear chew. He blows and sneezes, and the whole crowd freezes. And the bear wakes up. Bear gnarls and he snarls. Bear roars and he rumbles. Bear jumps and he stomps. Bear growls and he grumbles. You've snuck in my lair and you've all had fun, but me, I was sleeping and I had none. And he whimpers and he moans. He wails and he groans, and the bear blubbers on. Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret, don't fuss, look, see, we can pop more corn, we can brew more tea." Bear gulps, bear gobbles, he sighs with delight. Then he spins tall tales through the blustery night. When the sun peeks up on a crisp, clear dawn, Bear can't sleep, but his friends snore on. The end. That was a great book about how Bear snored all winter, that he didn't even know his friends were coming into his cave. And they were eating and partying, and he had no idea. He was sleeping and snoring. He was hibernating. We have some numbers here. What are they? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are going to use these numbers to sequence our story. The first thing that happens, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth thing that happens in our story, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, and last thing. Let's put our brains together and see if we can remember. What was Bear doing at the beginning of our story? Bear was hibernating. He was sleeping in his den. we're going to put Bear sleeps on number 1. While Bear was sleeping, he had some friends visit him. Who came into his den first? Mouse came to visit Bear. Let's put Mouse on number 2. The next friend that came into Bear's den has very large ears. Do you remember who? Rabbit. We're going to put Rabbit on number 3. Who scuttles in next? Do you remember? It was Badger. Badger coming into the den was the 4th thing that happened in our story. Then we had some more friends join. Do you remember who? Gopher, Mole, and 2 birds. Let's add them to our sequence. With all these animals in Bear's den, they start to party. And then Bear wakes up. Terrific work sequencing our stories. You all have great memories. First, Bear is asleep. Then Mouse comes into the den. Then Rabbit joins, Badger, Gopher, Mole, and birds. While they're partying, something tickles Bear's nose, and he has a great big sneeze. Then Bear wakes up. How is Bear feeling when he wakes up? Bear is feeling sad. He missed all the fun. But because he has such great friends, they have some more fun. Bear didn't miss anything while he was hibernating. And your stuffed animal doesn't have to miss anything either. Grab your stuffed animal from the other day and have a party and a great weekend. We'll see you next time.